time I've been going there, over 2 years, but I take fully on board the need to publicise and have a meeting prior to the next meeting in the future. I mean, I fully do acknowledge that, but if you look at the minutes of the meeting that have been put there, the questions, one of them, in fact, I think was raised by yourself at the meeting, and it was answered at the meeting.
Where are the minutes?
On our parish council website.
No, that's a statement, isn't it?
I haven't seen minutes.
Yeah, that is the minutes, though.
Yeah.
That's a statement.
That's a statement. There's
Yeah,
a
but
bias statement for AP.
That statement was the record of
But
that.
you took it
Sorry?
from your notes. You told me that those were your notes.
I made notes of the meeting.
Who minutes? Who knows?
I wrote a report of the minutes of the meeting and submitted them to Andrew Brown, and he changed very little of what was said that I'd recorded.
But he's not the chair.
So he was the one that manages the minutes.
Well, Sue, I don't think you should want to do that again.
Sorry. I'm quite surprised because when I read it as a corporate document put out from AP. I didn't realise that was the minutes. And my immediate thought was, why are we being the mouthpiece for AP?
I was doing a favour. Those are my notes
Right.
from the minutes.
Right.
Right, so sorry, what questions were asked?
So because I can't, and that's what made me think corporate. What's it? Because I don't think it says anything in there about parish councillors raise these concerns.
No, because the minutes are written as all minutes are without identifying individuals.
No, but I can understand why. So there wasn't. So who actually chairs the meeting?
The camera.
So she didn't bring anybody to do the
And then
minutes.
she had her aide with her who did not take notes.
No. Okay. Which comes back to the question of where I
This is what I wrote.
Yeah. Which you've done it now.
I've done it
Yeah.
to share, to get out there what was mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's nothing changed that young lady, if you don't mind me saying that. Because they never let me go there, never stopped me. Because I never kept up.
So sorry, what are the terms of reference of the people in that meeting? Where are we?
I've not seen it.
Right.
We've always, as a council, just provided two persons, and our county councillor, who's not here tonight, but she also goes to that meeting.
So if there's no terms of reference, what's the purpose? Is there any decision making? Is it just a share of information?
Yeah, I mean, that is a very valid, important question to ask. I've not seen them, and that's the honest truth. I haven't seen them, and I will ask if there are terms of reference, and if can be made available the membership composition, which I think is an equally valid point that you
It
asked.
is, because if you've got members of the public on there, what's the reason of them being on there? If we don't know who they are,
Yeah, how have you been chosen?
yeah, how have they changed? They've been there for some time because they've been there as long as you.
Perhaps they need a change.
And
What they get out of.
where are the previous minutes? Are they public or not? Could I ask you as the representatives to please raise this with Karen Bradley, who's the chair of that?
I was going to suggest that the added to the letter.
Yeah. Can I just take can I go with Kevin said something?
I'm sorry, but it's about the same subject.
Don't worry.
This is a very important subject for people who live in Chelsea.
Yes.
I'm not buying this hot weather thing. I'm not buying it at all. Because the hot weather in Spain, I need more meat than we do. We don't seem to have the problems in Spain and other countries that we have in Chelsea. So, on Facebook at the moment it's saying, following the recent advance protein release on group meeting, the discussion regarding the use of refrigerated transport and the challenges associated with its availability and regulatory restrictions. The update also notes that during the recent heat wave, animal byproducts were arriving at the site in a highly deteriorated condition and that the industry faced exceptional operational pressures. They continue to raise concerns regarding vehicles transporting animal byproducts to the site, particularly tarpaulin covered trailers. Complaints relate to appalling spillages of carcasses, strong odours associated with these vehicles, concerns about liquids escaping onto roads, and the impact this has on the other users, including pedestrians, cyclists, horse riders, and motorists. The spill on the 30th of 7th on Maxfield Road, I saw that myself. I didn't see that happen. I arrived just a few seconds after it happened. And this is just a little bit of an aside. I don't know what happened to that driver of the lorry, but he deserves a medal. He deserves a medal because he saved the car driver's life by his actions. And he should be commended, not prosecuted. But that's an aside. What I'd like to ask is what assurances has the Paris Council received from advanced proteins that animal byproducts are being transported in a manner that prevents odour emissions, leakage and contamination of the highway? What discussions took place regarding refrigerated transport, and was it considered whether greater use of refrigerated vehicles could reduce odour issues associated with transporting animal byproducts? What measures are in place to ensure vehicles are not overloaded and that loads remain properly contained and secure throughout their journeys to the site? Now, I've got some more of it. We'll go back to that one point. Back in the 80s, I was involved in that industry, not carrying off, I've never carried a bag full of water on my life, but I've been in and out of those plants for 40 years. And in the 80s and in the early 90s, they used something that we know in the trade as stinky bins. They were trailers similar to what they've got now, but they didn't have tarpaulin covers, they had steel tops with lids that they opened up. They were more difficult to load and they weighed heavy. So basically what I was saying to you, in them days, the gross vehicle train weight of Arctic was 38 tonnes. Now it's 44 tonnes. So you've got 6 tonnes of plate to play with. That trailer came over the top at Maxfield Road. They've got 21 tonnes, 760 kilos on it. That's on, I would say, a 77 cubic metre trailer. Now, the factory issues a report to me saying it was 7 tonnes underloaded. It was. The trailer couldn't have got only 7 tonnes on it because it was full. Now, if they had put 50 cubic metres of product on and not 77, and that car pulled out on him, he would have stopped and he would have come over the top. End of story. So instead of using one trailer, they should have used 2. Cost them more money and make less money. But where did all that water go that they cleaned up? Probably in the journey. Yeah. We won't know till we reach there if it's an old one or not. Now then, carry on. Has advanced protein provided any information on our complaints related to transport owners, spillages or insecure loads are recorded, investigated and acted upon? Can the Paris Council clarify which authority is responsible for receiving and investigating complaints related to transport operations on public roads? Specifically, where some residents report concerns about suspected insecure loads, leakage, pollution of the highway, or nuisance odours arising from vehicles travelling to or from advanced protein site. If this responsibility falls across multiple agencies, such as the Environment Agency, Staffordshire Council, Highway Authority, Training Standards, Police, DEFRA, Environmental Health, will the Paris Council publicly guidance so residents know where such complaints should be directed? And also, at the moment of the plot down here, wouldn't it be good to get some public on this liaison committee? Yeah. Because the public are the people that are experiencing this day in, day out. 4 to 5 tonight, I was rushing out wearing washing. I know I'm a modern man, But shouldn't have to. The washing should be safe outside. The windows are all closed on one of the hottest days of the year. Well, that way over there says all lives have been blighted. And for the first time ever tonight, other people might have other experiences, but the first time ever tonight, I've seen somebody on Facebook say, I'm thinking of buying a house on Chelsea.
Yes, I know the person. I said, don't do it.
Yeah. Well, that means my property's going to be devalued, and probably everybody else is going to be. Who's going to make a shortfall? They agree.
Definitely
Devalued, or the government. Somebody